Hello, I am Ashley, and I'm going to be just doing a general little update here, just to see. I haven't been on in a while, and just to see what's going on. So, anyway, I have a new little setup here. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start. This will just be a collective reading, so it's important to remember to only take what resonates and leave the rest. And it's always the most important to listen to your own intuition. The messages you receive from the cards. So we'll just go ahead and get started. What do we need to know, Spirit? What do we need to know right now? Ooh, the Queen of Wands. I love the Queen of Wands energy. So this is an energy of like passion and creation and sensuality and sexuality and I don't know. I just get this feeling of like, and magic. I hear the word magic. It's like this powerful, because the Queen isn't about embodiment. And I also like the sunflower might be significant there for you, or black cats, or cats in general. Like it's because it's like fire energy. So Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Yeah, I'm just getting this like lioness energy, or like this lion energy. So this is like I'm also picking up on the solar plexus chakra with all the yellow and the sunflower there. I hear self-esteem, feeling very confident. The Queen of Wands is very confident. It's about your body, feeling really good in your body, like following your desires and like yeah, like really, the Queen of Wands is also kind of like a visionary. And so being very creative, unique, out of the box, like, really tapping into your creation energy. Yeah, that's what I hear. Like I did hear the word magic. So, and the Queen of Wands is a very powerful manifester. So what else do we need to know about this Queen of Wands? Yes, Four of Swords. I like that. So the Four of Swords is about rest, about mental rest. So what I'm feeling is like, okay, when you're in this passionate energy, it can bring up a lot of anxiety. It can bring up a lot of fear, especially if you have like, I'm getting wounding around sexual energy with this too. So if you have any like wounds around your sexual energy, it can be like frightening, or it can be like, I don't want to say frightening, but it's just like you want to like block out that part of you. Like but that's the energy of like abundance. This queen is like, it's like I'm getting the sacral chakra. So I'm picking up on the color orange too, to maybe surround yourself with this color. I love that, especially because fall is coming up just around the corner. But it's like resting, because like when that passionate energy, like that's what I was getting with that line. It's like there's this roar inside of you and it can kind of frighten you, I'm getting. So it's important to like stay meditative, to keep your mind at peace, because that sexual energy can make your mind go a little like haywire is the word I hear. So it's like staying very calm, staying very still. There's not a lot of action. I'm getting it to embody this energy of, to take intuitive action, to go with the flow, to take inspired action. What are we not seeing clearly right now? Okay, the King of Swords. I do like the King of Swords energy, because his energy, this could represent an air sign. So Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. But remember to only take that if it applies. It could also just be about communication. But I love the King of Swords energy because he's neutral. He he can be a little cold and distant. He's not in his emotions. He's very intellectual. He communicates from a place of like authority is what I hear. So, but it's not like a cockiness. The King of Swords is not cocky. He's clear. He has clarity, so he knows exactly what he wants, and he communicates that very clearly. Is what I'm getting. So to embrace more of this King of Swords, that's what I'm getting. Is like this is a time, and this could relate to public speaking, is what I'm picking up on too. So tapping into this energy of like communication, of really speaking your truth, of like, and it's the king, so he's taking action, he's outputting, he's extending. So really maybe just like maturing communicatively is what I hear. It's like which I love. It's like this mature energy of like being able to communicate clearly, but being very detached. I love the King of Swords because he's detached from situations. He's kind of sees the higher picture. That's what I'm getting. Is this is what we're not seeing clearly, is whatever is happening right now is teaching us how to see things from a broader perspective, how to see the bigger picture, how to not be emotionally attached to things, to like stand firm in what you believe. Because the King of Swords, because it's also the mind, and so it could be beliefs and standing firm in your beliefs and what you know. And communicating that clearly, I'm just seeing this very like stern. And the King of Swords is also just like very stoic, just very like, it's kind of word I'm getting, like very stoic and kind of like actually the King of Swords, he only says what he means. So he can also be very quiet. He doesn't speak a lot because he knows his words are meaningful. And so he knows the power that his words have. And so he withdraws. I'm getting this energy of withdrawal, which is also perfect with the Four of Swords. So it's important. And I'm getting this energy of like lessons to be learned in communication and learning how to speak from a mature place, not from wounding. That's what I'm getting. That's excellent. And this is a great energy. Like instead of reacting like harshly, like a Knight of Swords, like reacting harshly from like communication or like even during like arguments or disagreements, but even just like having like serious conversation. This is like a card of like, I don't know, I'm even hearing like legal things or like being able to communicate in relationships clearly, being able to speak up and saying your needs without reacting harshly, but like being really clear about what your needs are so that you can speak them from a place of authority, from a place of boundaries, because the King of Swords, he would be taking action on your boundaries, whereas the Queen of Swords would be like observing your boundaries and like seeing where you need to place boundaries. The King of Swords is taking action by communicating his boundaries, by speaking up and saying this behavior doesn't work for me, or I can't commit to this because I've already done something here. You know, just like having that ability to say no and knowing that no is a full sentence. So that's what I'm getting there. It's like really clearly communicating boundaries, which is great. That's what we're not seeing clearly. What else can you tell us about this King of Swords? Okay, Three of Wands. Yeah, I was feeling this. It's kind of just like this energy of like taking a step back of that Four of Swords too, where it's like a time of rest or a time of observation, a time of expansion, a time of observing your behavior, a time of observing how you communicate, and just kind of allowing. And this is also a card I'm getting of receiving. So maybe like allowing communication, or maybe you're waiting for communication, or like you're anticipating communication. That's what I'm getting there with boundaries. Yeah, I just feel like it's this energy of expanding, like moving forward, like not quite ready to like move forward, but I'm getting this energy of like speaking forward. You know how you like have to speak things into existence? It's like this energy of like, yeah, that's what I'm getting, like this energy of like speaking things into existence. Of like, okay, I'm also getting with its energy with both of these cards, actually. I hear the word strategy, and I see this person like looking at this like map, or like it's like this looking at this, I don't know, I see somebody looking at like this piece of paper, like trying to like pinpoint things or trying to like put things together. It's like a puzzle piece, and trying to come up with a strategy. I like that there because the King of Swords is very strategic, and it is about taking strategic action, I feel like. Okay, what is your advice for us right now? Yes, I love this because it's Virgo season. The Hermit. Oh yes, and the Hermit represents Virgo. So it's a time to go within, to retreat, to be in the stillness. We had another card about stillness. So like, and especially in the mind, to really, it's like I'm getting this beautiful energy though. I'm loving the snow. It's like this very wintry energy, and I'm getting a wizard. Like, in the Virgo totally reminds me of a wizard. It's like that wizard within us that I just love it. It's like by taking care of ourselves. And I'm also hearing Buddha. Well, I'm seeing him. He's like this old wise man. He's like the wise old man within us. I feel like he's with so many people right now. He might be an ascended master of yours. So like, um, it's like even in those quiet times when there's not a lot of action, when you're going within, when things are still, when there's not a lot of movement, especially it's hard. It's a hard transition from summer to fall. It's always the hardest for me anyway, because summer is very active and you go and it's just like, yeah, you know, and you just feel alive. And then the fall hits and I can feel it in my body as my body just starts to slow down. It's crazy, and it can make me really want to resist it, especially when we have a lot of this Queen of Wands energy. It's like learning how to hold this Queen of Wands energy and not feel like bored, and not feel like it's like using that energy, learning how to use that energy in those still months, when there's not much going on externally. It's like going inward and attaining the wisdom and listening to the wisdom, and like especially the Queen of Swords, it's about, I don't know, I always see her as like a writer, so that might apply to you as well. But it's just like kind of going within, and like it's like this time of year where we go in and we see like what we've like, it's like a time of harvest, so you go within and you're like, what have I done that has gotten me here? And it's like, even if you look back and you see, look, I made a mistake here, or I can see where I messed up here, it's like Spirit is saying, don't beat yourself up, but to apply this wisdom, like to not do it the next time. That's why we have experiences, so that we can learn from them. And then it's our test, like our spiritual test, especially with the Virgo here in the Hermit. It's kind of like applying the things we've learned and doing things in a new way that we know didn't work last time. So that's what I'm kind of getting with that strategy too. That's what we're learning. So we're learning, okay, what didn't work? We're looking over the last season and we're reaping, like what did we learn? And then just like implementing it. It's a time of quiet. So you go within and you begin to rework things within yourself, and you take better care of yourself. Okay, what else is your advice with Herman? And I'm also getting to like not look outside yourself for like questions and answers, but to go within. And that's what we're really learning. And this is like our intuition, like going within, when it's all we have to rely on, when like the outside world isn't making sense, or when like, things just aren't moving forward, or it seems like, I'm also getting, he's in the dark here and he's holding this light. This is the only light he has. And what happens is we can only focus on the couple feet ahead of us, because that's all we can see. This is all the Hermit can see. He can only see a couple feet ahead of him because it's completely dark. And so he uses his one little light and he just keeps moving forward, and he relies on his guidance, his inner wisdom, his body's wisdom. And especially because it's Virgo season, it's about being in the body. And it's an earth energy. So he uses his body's wisdom to move him forward. He uses the wisdom he's attained from his ventures to help him move forward. He relies on his own instincts. And yeah, that's why I'm getting with the wizard there. I love that. And then I clarify that with the world. So yeah, that's what I'm feeling, like this completion of a cycle of learning how to go within instead of like seeking outside is what I'm getting. I love that. Like instead of seeking the answers externally, it's about going within and finding the answers that like reside deep within you. Because that's your heart. It's like heart wisdom. Okay, and then I do love underneath the deck. These ones are standing out to me. So we have the Lovers, which I love. This could represent Gemini, but it's just this energy of like finding this love within yourself and like unifying your masculine and feminine energies, or it could relate to a physical relationship. And then underneath that was Joy. So like even in those times, like in this time of like no movement, and you're like going within, it can feel like you can still have fun. Like it can be hard because you kind of want to get like, you might want to get down on yourself as you look back and you review everything you're releasing, and you could have regrets or you could have remorse, instead of getting caught up in that, to focus on, okay, well, I've learned what I needed to learn. I'm ready to release this so I can move on to something that I know is better for me. And celebrating that, celebrating how far you've come, celebrating what you've learned, celebrating what you've implemented, celebrating how much you've grown. And then the High Priestess, which I love because this is our feminine energy in spirit. So like the divine feminine energy is with you, whether you're a male or a female. This divine feminine energy is with you. I especially feel it with the Virgo season, like helping you to remother yourself, helping you to trust your intuition, because this is the High Priestess. This is like tapping into the Akashic records and learning. That's what the Hermit is all about too. And like this going within, it's like educating yourself. It's like through self-mastery. So really relying and like attaining your body's wisdom, and tapping into the talents and the experiences you've had in other lifetimes as a way to help you to grow in this lifetime. Like maybe you're trying to grow a business, and maybe you've been a businessman in another lifetime. So meditating on that part of you to help you release those like dormant energetic codes. And by acknowledging them, then you can learn, because it's like the Akashic records. That's what I'm seeing here. She's holding this. It's like, it's, you have all the wisdom within yourself. So, and that's what the Hermit is too, and like going within, and that's how you learn and educate yourself. And then I love that, because with that we have the Emperor, and I was talking about taking inspired action. The Emperor, he takes action. So it's about like moving forward with this information that you attain from your intuition and like taking intuitive action. I love these two together because it's a very grounded energy and it's a very spiritual energy. So it's like, I love it. It's both. So it's like feeling very grounded and connected to your body, and feeling that very like that passion and desire, but also feeling very intuitive, feeling very like needing to retreat. Because the High Priestess, she needs silence. to be able to download this information. Especially, I'm also getting that this is a masculine that's awakening spiritually, and you need time to be in the silence to hear your wisdom. I love the bearded man. See the emperor bearded man, and he's the same here, the Virgo, or the hermit, that little wizard guy. So that's what I'm feeling there. I love the wizard. It's just like, yeah, tapping into that ancient wizard energy, especially the masculine. Like I'm getting like this, like penis power energy, like really like tapping into the wisdom of your penis, tapping into the wisdom of your creation energy. And as you do that, and you participate in the silence, because the Queen of Wands looks like she's sitting here in the silence, and it's like, then you can create from that energy. So I love that. That's beautiful, in my opinion. Okay. All right, then let's go ahead and clarify. I don't want to make this too long, but I always get chatty. Actually, I was going to use these, but I'm not going to. That's a vice versa tarot. Let's go with Wisdom of the Oracle. What do we need to know with this Queen of Wands and this Four of Swords? Okay, message in a bottle in reverse. So I'm going to have to look up what this means, but this is also a 6 card. I think it's just like awaiting. I was kind of feeling that with the 3 of Swords, like awaiting communication or awaiting some kind of message. Let's see here, though. Are you refusing to acknowledge the signs because you want things as you want them? Red flags are not pretty decorations for you to admire. They're a warning you for a reason. If something doesn't sit right with you, trouble could be hiding in the bushes. Don't ignore the signs. Spirit always has your best interest at heart and will draw your attention to what you are overlooking. Very interesting with the Queen of Swords and so it's like this energy of maybe like your passion. It's like getting a handle on your on maybe that sexual desire and going within to see where you can put that energy elsewhere. Let's see what else comes up. What else can you tell us about this Queen of Wands and this message in the bottle in reverse? Okay, regeneration. So I'm getting this energy because this is like an energy of like transformation of things, like letting the old die, letting things go, so they can be reborn. So I'm getting this energy of like needing to. Okay, because I'm picking up on this fire and this lava, so it's like allowing your like passions to burn away any fear, to allow your desire I'm seeing actually from this deck that all that glitters isn't gold, so like that's what I was kind of feeling with like this, because it's like this was like saying like red flag, so it's like I don't know, it's like this needing to create. Let's get one more. What else can you tell us? What else do we need to know about this regeneration? Oh my gosh, no way. Okay, I was just literally saying that. All that glitters isn't gold. It's like what you think you want, just like that card was saying, like what you want, maybe what you want isn't what you actually need. And so allowing things to happen as they are instead of like forcing them. It's like learning how to let go of control. And that's what a lot of women are actually learning with this Queen of Wands is our sexual energy. So learning how to not control, learning how to not manipulate with our sexual energy. And like seeing beyond the surface, like, and also like not, yeah, I'm just getting this energy of like, what if like you're so obsessed or so set on some certain idea or some certain like outcome that you're missing like what's right in front of you, and like you're searching for like this glitter, or you're searching outside of yourself. I was kind of feeling that it's like it's like needing to go in, so searching for yourself, searching for those treasures within yourself, and removing the mask. That's what I'm getting there. Okay, interesting. Allow yourself to like transform is what I get there. What are we not seeing clearly with the King of Swords? Okay, 2 came out. We have Thinker and the Fates in reverse, which I'll read the Fates in reverse. So, and I like that the Thinker came with King of Swords, because it is kind of this energy of like contemplation, But sometimes you can get so caught up in contemplation that you like overthink or you overanalyze. It's like analysis paralysis, and then you don't take action. It's kind of like this waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. So it's like to not overthink too much as a way to like procrastinate. And then let's see what this Fates in the reverse has to say. Is it difficult to understand why painful things happen to good people? Fate is a mystery after all. Yet what we do with our circumstances, the way in which we respond to life's challenges, is how we rise up to greet our destiny. Now is one of those times to be aware of your powerlessness to change certain situations and surrender to acceptance. Hang in there. Life will only get better. Act as if you believe that, for the only thing you can control right now is your attitude. When you align with the fates, being mindful of what you can and cannot change, serenity will come to you. Yeah, I like that with the energy of like the King of Swords. I was feeling like that, like learning how to not communicate from like your wounds, but to communicate like from a more mature place, and not speaking about like your life in such a harsh way, or like why is this happening to me, or like why me, or poor me, or like like that victim attitude kind of, which I feel like we got that somewhere else too. Maybe I was just thinking of that earlier, but it's like this. Like how you think about yourself too, with the thinker and the King of Swords. Like, how do you communicate about yourself? How do you communicate about your circumstances? If you are going through challenging circumstances, are you only dwelling like on everything that's going wrong? Are you constantly complaining about the people around you, about your job, about your finances, about your health? Like, what are you communicating about? And instead of like constantly putting yourself down, or constantly worrying, or constantly like overthinking, allow yourself to be in your heart. And see, you have to switch your mindset, which is the King of Swords too, and like what is this teaching me? Even if I am going through hard times and I don't have the clarity that I want yet, like being able to rely on your own instincts and communicating from that place of like certainty, from that place of like authority, from that place of your deep knowing. Okay, what is your advice for us? Imagine in reverse. So I think this card is saying like, I'm going to read that one too. What else can you tell us about the world? Fork in the road reversed. So this is like allowing things to be like decisions to be made for you instead of taking the reins and making decisions for yourself. Let's see. Illusions and wishful thinking rooted in a sense of lack have entered your life. Now may be the time to see things as they truly are and not as you hoped or imagined they would be. Release any fear, then a vision anew. Perhaps you are anticipating that something fearful might happen and recreating that image of disaster over and over in your mind. The universe responds to such projections, so be aware of this catastrophizing. No matter what illusions are awfulizing are a misuse of imagination. Clear the inner slate and stay grounded, stay real. Only then can you truly have what you desire. That's what I'm getting there with the Hermit too. It's like, because in that energy, when we go within and there's stillness and there's not a lot happening, it can feel like we can create the worst case scenarios, and like things aren't working out my way, kind of like I was saying, like that victim consciousness. And that's what I feel like the world is like completing that energy of like you're not a victim to anything, like everything is happening for you. Even though if it doesn't look like what you want, like all that glitters isn't gold. Maybe it's not what you wanted it to look like, but it's what you need to grow. And that's all your soul cares about. It doesn't care if it looks glamorous. It doesn't care if it looks what it looks like. It doesn't give a fuck. It wants you to grow. Indecision is extremely frustrating and will lead to anxiety, just like I was saying, loss and confusion. At this juncture, you can't remain in a place without losing your way altogether. Avoid the tendency to let others choose for you, which amounts to a subtle refusal to take responsibility. Don't give your power away, not even to this oracle. By not making a choice, you are making a choice for which you must be accountable. If that choice leads to undesirable circumstances, take heart. Spirit never tires of giving you second chances. You can always start again once you've learned this valuable lesson. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling like there. It was like going within, okay, what mistakes have I made, and how can I not make those same mistakes again, and how can I move forward in a new way? And then underneath the deck, it was milk and honey, which I love because this is a card about abundance and prosperity, and then more yin. So like being more in your feminine energy. A lot of us believe that we have to push and force things to make them happen, but really what we're learning collectively is how to allow things, how to receive, how to open up our hearts, how to follow our intuition, how to make decisions from our intuition instead of only from our logical mind, which is rooted in like survival and lack. The mind is rooted in lack, and the heart is rooted in abundance. So what do we need to know here? Love life. Okay, interesting. It says the basis of your question involves your romantic life, which is now changing for the better. So I'm getting this energy of like releasing old mindsets around love. And like, okay, what we're really learning is that like what we've been taught relationships are, is a false sense. It's usually like a lot of people are wearing masks in relationships right now, and that's what we're learning is how to relate from the heart space instead of relating from our masks, instead of relating from our wounds. And this can feel really unfamiliar. It's more familiar actually to relate from our wounds because it gives us a place to blame. Just like I was saying, like that victim consciousness. So we're learning how to love unconditionally and how to love in a new way. And like with the Queen of Wands and her being a creator, especially with the silence and the mind, it feels like it's like cultivating this sexual energy up into the heart space and up into the third eye chakra to be able to envision a new sort of love, a new blueprint for love, a new way of relating. Not from, I'm going to take that. Not from what you've been taught, but from your authentic self. And this says be yourself. This situation calls for you to be your authentic self, which is the basis of your personal power. And that's what draws love to you, is by being yourself, by being your authentic self. And I love that with the mask, like removing the masks, allowing that passion to burn away all fear of being seen. It's like this energy of like this fear of being seen. But that's what's actually going to improve your love life, is by being yourself, by allowing yourself to be who you truly are. You call in your match, like you call in your energetic alignment, your energetic mirror, your energetic counterpart, soulmate, whatever you want to call it. What are we not seeing clearly? Do some research. You need more information about the situation. Look into it further before proceeding. I love that with the Three of Wands. Like this is like observation. This could be like research. This is like, yeah, it's like getting more information. And I also feel like it's just like, yeah, I was feeling that with the High Priestess underneath the deck with the book. It's like the Akashic Records. So this could be like, you could be drawn to like physical books, or you could be drawn to go within. Like you might be like guided to different resources as a way to help you maybe heal this victim consciousness, or to help you heal your communication, or to help you heal your mindset around love or money. Get some exercise. As your body becomes stronger, you begin to feel stronger in all ways. So really focusing on your body, listening to your body's wisdom, taking care of your body, loving your body. And that helps you to respect yourself. Because like when we're in victim consciousness, we don't take care of ourselves. We're constantly expecting somebody else to do it. It's like that energy of like helplessness, of like feeling like we can't do it on our own. But like you are responsible for your body, for your emotions, for your mind. So it's important to get exercise as a way to take care of yourself. What is your advice? Whom do you need to forgive? As you release old anger or resentment, you will find that your wishes will come true. Yeah, that's what I was kind of feeling though, like with this, like, and I feel like this is maybe just even like forgiving yourself for the things you made. Like I was saying, like these mistakes you've made, and then envisioning anew, creating something new, and not like beating yourself up, but then making a new choice from a new place, from a new perspective, from a place of your heart, from a place of like forgiveness. What else is your advice? Autumn, the fall season, everything comes together and you reap wonderful harvests of abundance. And I was feeling that. I think I even said that. So yeah, it's this energy of like the effort that you have put in over the last season is completing. And I feel like it's just like this energy of receiving, but it's important to be really patient. The Hermit in Virgo season is all about patience to me. And fall is just a very slow moving season. And when we come from summer, which is a very like fast moving, fast paced season, and we come into fall, it can be a hard transition, especially for our minds. So I feel like that's why it's important to get some exercise, to meditate, to go within, to listen to your intuition. And then underneath the deck is spiritual teacher. Your life purpose involves teaching others about healing and spirituality. So I feel like this is just a time of like, like I was saying, like that wisdom, maybe even teaching the wisdom that you've gained from the experiences that you've had, or from the last season or the last cycle that you've experienced. And those mistakes you think you've made are actually what will help you help other people and like teach other people. So it's not about beating yourself up. It's about being gentle on yourself and teaching, like alchemizing, using like your mistakes or the darkness or whatever it is, or those things that you did, that shame, and then turning it into light as a way to help other people, to like guide them with the light. Let's do one from Journey of Love, and then I'll be done. All right, Spirit, what is the overall message? Okay, this is perfect. It feels like it goes perfectly with the reading. It says the choice, number 62. You can see that. Let's see here. There is a choice that you need to make. You are aware of it already, or it is coming to your awareness very soon. Embrace the unknown and say yes. You have the opportunity to enrich your world, to receive, and therefore be able to share much more. If anxiety or fear arises, guilt or shame, treat it as the cleansing of your emotional waters as they receive so much more inflow from the divine ocean. Let the old layers rise to the surface of your awareness to be washed away. That totally feels like that regeneration card. What seems to be so much in the context of your own emotional waters is not so much at all when compared to the great ocean compared to what the great ocean is capable of holding. So let the divine ocean take the old, washing it away from you and replenishing you with the new, that you may serve life all the better. This oracle brings you guidance. It is safe to choose now. There is no wrong choice, just a choice that resonates with your heart. If it is challenging you, then it is an opportunity for you to let the divine cleanse and lift you into the vibration where you feel at peace with your choice, where you can accept the grace it will bring to you. Do this now. It's your time to step up, make your life easier on yourself, and open to love in a more trusting way. Come now, the divine is calling you to play. I love that. Our lives are measured in choices we have made along the path we call living. Each compass point a possibility, each step an opportunity. Seemingly random, each decision moves us inexorably in a direction both unknown and yet somehow familiar. For upon reflection, the strength we find in choosing, or the surrender of letting all unfold, leads us to a place we started from when we made that first choice to be here again. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are, and I'm sending you so much love.